all the viewers. So welcome everybody. Welcome to those of you out in internet land. Tonight's meditation, positivity session here in the Shoshin world. We're going to be looking at ease, comfort, confidence, how to feel great in any situation, wherever you go, whoever you're talking to. So I hope that's going to be helpful to everybody. Some people feel social anxiety or nervousness or hesitation. Some people feel great with most people, but they have some hesitation in some situations. Some people feel great everywhere. And then I hope tonight is also good for you, that you can level up how to be more fun, how to be more expressive. So wherever you're at, I hope tonight helps all of us just feel better with people all the time. So I'm going to ring the bell. Let's line up. We'll make our way into the temple, and I'll guide it as a meditative experience for each of us as we go. So for each of us, as we enter the temple, I invite you just to really take a deep breath and decide, hey, I'm stepping into a different state of mind, a different way of thinking and feeling that's going to impact me. I'm getting ready to practice something different, to shift my perspective, to maybe even put my perspectives aside and to tune into something new, something freeing, something powerful. And as each one of us enters, just really give us the space to meditate on that, to feel that, to find that. Connect with the peace within you, the care within you. We're all changing and growing all the time. So let's really direct that, make that awesome, make that powerful. Maybe there's a sense of ease or excitement or comfort. All right, so we're going to start with our intention setting. So I just invite everybody, whether you're here on the live stream or here in the temple, just bring some oomph, some intention, some positivity. You're going to give this time as a gift to you to make positive feelings, to make ease, to make expressiveness, to dissolve away anxiety, to transform attitudes that don't help and create attitudes that do help. And then set your intention a little wider. If you feel more at ease with people, you'll help them feel more at ease. If you cultivate more caring and kindness that overflows through you in a way that feels good, it helps other people to feel that too. And I invite you to bring even more oomph to your intention. Imagine a world where everyone was kind, everyone was supporting, and we all felt comfortable all the time. A world where everybody felt good with one another. I invite you to set your intention that you're doing your part in transforming yourself towards making that world. So I just leave us all just to contemplate that intention for a moment while I find somewhere to sit. Wonderful. So welcome everybody here in the temple, here on the live stream. It's great to have you all. For those of you who are new, I don't want this to feel like just a class. This is an interactive session for you to make it as awesome for you as you can. But also, if you don't feel like interacting, I want you to just be making every idea or practice awesome for you. Make it work right now. I am not hoping for some idea that will one day make a difference. I want this to bring you peace and happiness right now, that you'll keep making bigger and better, and it'll help you more and more. But I want you to be feeling the transformation now. And if there's something that feels a bit vague, ask about it. Make it real. Make it awesome for you. People on the live stream, I'll be checking the chat from time to time. So hopefully I'll see soon after you write. And hopefully you'll also feel like you're here, part of us in the temple. So we're going to start with a meditation. Has everybody here in the temple meditated? Can I see with a wave? If you've meditated before. Alright, so some people that are new to meditation. There's many different kinds of meditation. To me, the word meditation is as broad as someone who says art or music. There's so many different kinds of art. There's so many different kinds of music. And if someone tells you that the only real kind of music is classical music, you know that they're just missing out on all the other styles. There might be something about classical music that's just really unique and special about classical music that maybe other styles don't have as much. But every style has its own strength and magic to it. And the same's true of meditation. And I have tried many kinds, and I try to bring as many of those different practices as I can here to our community. Some of them also come bundled with different dogmas or beliefs. I try to just bring the practices so you don't have to believe anything other than, the things that we all believe. I want us to be grounded in reality. So, with that preface, the way the meditation we're about to do is going to be a guided meditation. There's going to be some relaxation moments where we'll use some techniques to let your body and mind calm down. And there'll also just be some nice ideas. And you'll just see as you let yourself think about and feel the ideas that it's like a daydream, a guided daydream. But also, I want to have the intention that the places you take yourself impact you. Just like playing can be fun, some kinds of playing, you also learn skills or get stronger. So this guided daydream is also going to be training into your body peace and comfort and the other positive ideas that we experience. So I invite everyone, just get yourself ready to let go and soak up the positivity. So let's all get our bodies comfortable. I'm just checking in on my feet, checking in on my legs, moving my hips a little, moving my spine, doing some little circles, just loosening it up, rolling my shoulders a little. I don't know if you guys can see that kind of movement with the body tracking, but yeah, I invite you to just feel your body and find a posture that's sitting that feels really comfortable. Maybe stretch your spine up and then let it relax. And stretch it up again and then let it relax in a place where it's just sitting really nicely. You could just forget about it and it would just sit there in perfect alignment. Let your shoulders relax. If your eyes are still open, just feel your eyes and imagine your eyelids getting heavy. You just let them close, and as they close, you could imagine your body and mind relaxing. And then we all take a slow, deep breath. Next, deep breath. When you breathe out, focus on letting the out breath come out slowly. And on the next slow out breath, enjoy the relaxing feeling of the slow out breath. Relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, relaxing your feelings. And in a moment we'll take another really deep breath, enough that you'll feel your lungs stretch. And when you do, I want you to feel your arms and your legs, and feel your whole body as you have filled up your lungs. And when I say to breathe out, just feel your whole body letting go. So let's all get ready, and we take that deep breath in, fill up your lungs as much as you can. And when you do, you hold it in, and then feel your whole body letting go. And then we'll do another one of those, as deep as you can. And let go. So you can let the breathing stay deep and soothing. And the nice ideas that I share, just let yourself flow into them. So some people, when they're doing these relaxing breaths, feel their body getting heavy. Some people feel all the muscles just letting go. Some people feel a sense of lightness, like a weight off their shoulders. For some people, the feelings happen just really slowly and gently, and just bit by bit it gets nicer and nicer. Sometimes there's a moment where suddenly it just feels so much better. For some people, especially if you've been practicing a lot, your mind just remembers those deep, beautiful feelings and just jumps into them and just feels these waves of it getting better and better. Some people feel the sensations just showing up in different parts of their body. Their fingers might feel really nice. Their arms might feel really nice. Maybe there's a nice sense of peace. And then a feeling of comfort. Maybe your breath catches your attention and it just feels really soothing. Maybe you notice that your inner voice has become really peaceful. Or the way that you're thinking has just changed into a way of thinking that feels nice, or feels more powerful, or more wise, or more positive. So I invite you now to just notice how you feel. remember whatever nice, peaceful moments you've just made. Maybe you've had a lot of little peaceful moments in this meditation. Many of us will be feeling like our state of consciousness has changed. We just feel more at peace. Maybe people feel like different layers of their mind have all calmed down and relaxed. And I just want you to imagine, if you practice this regularly, as a 5 or 10 minute calmness meditation, what kinds of feelings you could create if you practiced peace and calm every day. Just came into this feeling and then made it better. And then the next day made it better. And after a while, your whole body is perfect relaxation. After a while, there'll be moments where you experienced where all stress, all anxiety was just gone. Maybe just for those moments. Or maybe you tap into something which will last for minutes or hours or days. Some people believe that this deep, profound peace and tranquility is inside of us if we just let all the other things get out of the way. Some people believe that we create it. As you hear ideas about unshakable tranquility, your emotions create unshakable tranquility. As you hear concepts of the layers of your mind becoming more still, your mind just learns to make many layers. Your thoughts, your feelings, your attitudes, just make them all still, wise and peaceful. So I'll just give you a little longer to imagine, if you keep practicing, how beautiful the states of mind might become. And you can just remind yourself to keep taking deep, peaceful breaths. Anytime you need to, you just take a beautiful breath to catch your attention again and just bring your focus more into the kinds of nice feelings, the peace, the calm, and the ease that you're practicing, that you're learning, that you're creating the glimpses of in your mind, in your feelings. These beautiful glimpses that will get better and better and become part of you. And it's not too much of a stretch of our imagination to think that whenever you think of the temple or whenever you come here, that you'll remember these beautiful feelings. And you'll be able to go deeper into them here. But I want you to also imagine that you could practice in your mind creating a really beautiful peace, a beautiful feeling of even deeper ease with your best friends. Training into yourself, just feeling really good. And I hope it's not too much of a stretch of your imagination to think if you spent time feeling this beautiful calm and then imagining talking with your wider circle of friends, that you could connect these beautiful feelings with all the friends in your life. You'll feel at peace and at ease in most situations. And I invite you to imagine with a little more smile, even the trickier situations. Imagine training yourself that when they happen, you just reconnect with your peace and ease. And whatever happens, you just bring a smile, you bring some peace, you bring some joy to every bit of time you spend with people. So I invite everyone to remember, just reconnect with your breath. Take a deep, soothing, peaceful breath. Just keep coming back into that beautiful calm and imagining yourself with peace and ease and comfort wherever you go, whoever's there. And for some of you, especially if you've used your imagination to transform things before, you may be even imagining total comfort around your boss or people that are aggressive, or comfort in exams. And you know that if you spend time wiring that up, you will have just your automatic reaction is retrained, that you feel comfort. And for those of you that's a new idea, I just invite you to imagine how good it would feel if you trained yourself with peace and ease wherever you go. How good it would feel. You can just remind yourself of peace and ease. And it's a part of your focus. It's a part of your way of being. So for the last couple of minutes of the meditation, you can either just keep enjoying those beautiful feelings, or you could practice bringing that peace and calm into some place where you're already great and you want to make it greater, or it's a little tricky and you want to transform it. Just give you these couple minutes to just guide your own meditation. And keep noticing how you feel. Use that as a guide to make each moment of the meditation easeful and beautiful. If it starts to feel not great, then bring it back. Focus on the breath. Focus on the ease. You want each moment to just really be immersed in feeling good. Training that into you. Training that into every part of your life. Bit by bit by bit. And then you can start to shift your breathing. Maybe you want to take more energizing breaths. Maybe you want to take more loving or happy breaths. Let yourself feel again the best moments from that meditation. And then take more energizing, enthusiastic breaths. And let yourself think about if there's any changes in how you think about your feelings, or how you think about people, or how you imagine your interactions. Bring those new positive attitudes. That's how you'll think from now on. If you notice the thoughts of anxiety, hey, I'm going to practice something else from now on. There's this beautiful peace inside me. Just deciding, hey, this is where I'm going to keep my focus. I'm creating myself. And we're going to bring ourselves out of the meditation over the next minute. You can do it how you want. If you'd like to just really gently bring those positive feelings, you can open your eyes when you want. Maybe you want to stretch. Maybe you want to smile. Maybe you want to give yourself a hug. I'll just give you another 30 seconds to just come out of the meditation in whatever way feels really good for you. So one thing that I like to do after the meditation is to Vice, your mic is repeating what I say. Would you be able to mute or maybe try and fix that somehow? Thanks. So one thing I really like to do after the meditation is to reflect upon it and try to remember the best moments and train myself into bring the nicest feelings and new attitudes with me. I've been in some schools of meditation where afterwards everybody talks about the moments where their mind wandered or blah blah blah. And in those places it seems like that just seems to happen more and more. But then in the places where you focus on how good it was and how helpful it was, then I've seen those places tend that people's meditation just feels better and better and better and more helpful. So not only for ourselves, is that something I really suggest, but it's something we're going to do now together. So if you felt good, I'm going to open it up for you just to say, that was good, or that felt something, and you can share the nice feelings you had. Or maybe you even noticed, hey, wow, I used to think like that, and now it's made me think like this. Or you've had some other kind of insight, or some other nice moment from the meditation. So I'm just going to open it up to all of us to just share the positive experiences we had from the meditation that we just shared. And to those of you here on the live stream, it's great to have you here, and I'll be checking if you have anything to share as well. Hello Meg started off by saying that my voice never ceases to help guide them into meditation. You're always so good with the comforting vibe. It's so nice of you to say. And I guess I want to say that the reason that happens is because I've spent time practicing the comforting vibe. And I lived with a monk in the Scottish Highlands where he pointed out, when you're meditating, watch your inner voice and make it feel good. And then I decided to bring the same thing into my voice when I guide the meditation. So I'm glad you appreciate it, and something I hope for all of you whenever you're guiding your own meditation or guiding one for friends or family. You just remember the feeling you want to share, and you bring that into your mind and into your voice, and it helps bring all the people there. So, Hello Merckx also shared, I have refound the old world for this group. Oh yeah, so this world is a little quest-friendly temple. We also have a giant meditation city that has mountains and waterfalls and a few different temples and an exercise room. And Hello Merck is curious why we don't use that one. It's not quest-friendly. It's too big for people on a quest. So we want to be in a world which is good for everybody. And sometimes we could go there as a community. It's just, if there's anybody here who's on a quest that wants to be with us, I want to always be here for everybody. Thanks for your comments. Has anyone else got anything they'd like to share about the meditation? Any nice moments, experiences, or insights? Fluffy puppy?
I don't even know if anyone notices how it feels when your body is like just relaxing, and it just feels like the temperature of your body changes every time when you go to take a breath and release that breath. Like your body is changing from to a warm kind of temperature than to a cold, warm to cold. Like that's what I feel every time I meditate. That's what I'm experiencing when I meditate here with you. And is that like common for when we meditate as we take in deep breaths?
People experience all different kinds of things in meditation. Warm to cold. I've definitely heard that before, but I've also heard some people just feel their whole body feels warm, or their whole body feels tingling, or their whole body gets so relaxed it cools down. So generally my thoughts is, hey, just enjoy the sensations that you're giving yourself time to notice. It sounds like it's enjoyable for you, so that's great.
Yeah, it does feel like.
One thing I do really like is there are so many sensations we could all pay attention to every day, every moment. How do your clothes feel? How does the seat feel? What's the temperature of the air? How does the air feel against your skin? Or what am I thinking? Or what is that memory like? There's just so many things our attention could do every moment. And in meditation, we kind of slow down and settle, and we get to notice more subtle sensations we might normally miss. And also, we get to notice, where do I put my attention? which of these sensations am I going to let myself experience more of? So, yeah, I'm glad that you liked that moment, and thanks for sharing. Would you or would anyone else like to share any other experiences from the meditation or insights or thoughts? Hello Merck asked if I have much experience with trances and whatnot. And they've been having a lot of trances in the last week. It's a little wild to deal with sometimes, especially the feeling of time dilation. So for anyone who is not really aware of what that means, some of you may have noticed in the meditation, you had these sensations through the body. Some people feel time dilation. So a 5-minute meditation might feel like it lasted for an hour. Or an hour meditation might feel like it just flew by in 5 minutes. And what's the difference between trance and meditation? I guess I use the word trance when it's really powerful, like your body's having really amazing sensations, or it becomes like a dream. The world disappears and you're just in some amazing sensation in the mind. So hello Merck, your question about do I have much experience with it? Yeah, I had a decade where I would listen to guided hypnosis every day. And I love that when you guide your attention in a certain way that you can go into such amazing states of consciousness. And that's definitely inspired the way I guide meditation and prayer. But just like I said, there's so many kinds of meditation. There's also so many kinds of trance. And to me, I kind of just see them all as like sort of like a spectrum. How deep is the meditation? Or how was the meditation introduced? Or what suggestions came with the experience? And you said some of the experiences are a little wild. So Fluffy Puppy mentioned the cool and the warmth flowing. Earlier I mentioned some people feel tingles. Some people in trances feel their body get massive, or their body disappear, or they feel waves of love and goodness flowing into them or from their heart to the world. Yeah, wild things can happen in trance. Ultimately, whether it's meditation or trance, I just encourage people to watch. What are you learning and what's your consciousness like? What are you practicing? What impact it's having? So, yeah, they're fun, they're amazing. Be careful if you're doing guided trances. Sometimes people just slip in like supernatural beliefs or religious suggestions. Be careful not to be open to just believe stuff that might be nonsensical. The same's true with meditations. If I ever say something that you're like, that doesn't seem real, please check with me. Please don't just let those thoughts pass by. And the same with any teacher or any school. But yeah, if you're practicing things that feel great and those positive feelings will stay with you, wonderful. And if you're practicing attitudes and perspectives, that's also wonderful. Oh, I just noticed my hand has gone flat. So you guys didn't notice half my expression. I'm just going to plug in while I can and give everyone just a moment to meditate a bit more and think about your next question. And now I've noticed my other hand's almost also flat. So here we go. Let's fix this up. Alright, and I'm back. Alright. Bodhi, you're welcome to come in and grab a cushion if you'd like to. We just finished a meditation. It was about feeling good and relaxed and comfortable in any situation with any people. And we're sharing the nice moments or experiences that we had during the meditation. So does anyone else have another nice moment or a nice feeling that you'd like to share? Or perhaps you had a moment where you're like, oh, I struggled with this, or a question, how does this work, or how could I have done that better? Magnificent?
So, I've in the past I've had a lot of trouble with my mind getting easily distracted. But somewhere along this session, it seemed quieter. Like all the distractions outside, my body just kind of melted away. Like everything was just still for a while, and that was actually pretty nice.
I wish I had face tracking so you could see the smile you just put on my face. I'm so glad you just shared that. So for those of you who are just new, and you maybe also had your mind being distracted, just knowing as you practice more, you can get into these really beautiful states of peace. I'm so glad that happened for you, Magnificent. Perhaps also in this session, I was really focusing on just the good feeling, and every now and then I reminded us to bring the breath to just dive back into the good feeling. That may have also helped with the focus. You may like to come back and re-watch that meditation sometime. It's up on, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn,
Right.
Facebook. But I'm excited that you've
Times
been.
Square.
We should have it up in Times Square. Yeah, a New Year's Eve meditation on bliss and happiness for the world would be great. Let's make that happen. But yeah, mostly I'm just happy that you've been coming regularly and you're seeing the fruits of it. You practice more and it just gets better and better. Yeah, like I said, if there was face tracking right now and you could see my smile, or if there was brain implants and you could feel the warmth in my heart, the happiness I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm so glad to hear that.
Well, we're actually not far off from that. The Quest 3 is going to have some technology that picks up on brainwaves.
Cool.
And it's going to have built-in face tracking, and they're kind of going to work together to try and make more accurate expression pickup.
Awesome. Well, we can't go to the PC world because I want this to be accessible to everybody. So I won't be able to just sit here silently and vibe out my meditation until we all have Quest 3s or something better. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the day where we can all just meditate together and feel the best vibes that we're all jumping into. Actually, sometimes I like to imagine that, like all the best meditations and minds in the whole world, and me feeling it all and then me sending it back out to them. While I don't believe in sending out vibes, I think it's a pretty awesome thought experiment for your mind to create or tap into new levels of creativity and excitement. So yeah, thanks for sharing. Does anyone else have another nice moment or insight or question from today's meditation? Hello Merx said again, since you brought up being careful with things, and since I've thought of how to get guided trance safely, have you or one of the other teachers thought of doing guided recordings or guided trances? On my YouTube channel, there's a lot of guided meditations, and some of them use more hypnotic inductions. So check it out. Let me know what you think. You've made me want to put more hypnosis type recordings up there. So keep encouraging me, I'll do more. And if you go back through I know the sessions here in the temple are long and the meditations are only at the start or the end. But yeah, if you go through, there's a lot of different ones, and we've definitely had a lot of people go into trance-like things here in the temple too. So I hope that's helpful. Perhaps next time you're here in the temple, at the start of the session you could say, or before the session, ask for that one to be more trance-like, more hypnotic-like, and I will guide a meditation that's more that style. Actually, I think it's nice that you've mentioned trance or hypnosis in relation to this session of feeling at peace or at ease wherever we go. Some of you may have seen like stage hypnosis where they hypnotize people and say, hey, when I click my fingers, you'll be a chicken. Or when I click my fingers, you're going to be a pop star dancing wild moves. And they take people who seem kind of shy and reserved, and in this trance they just tap into some other part of themselves and just dance in front of hundreds of people. And I think it's a nice thought experiment to know that, hey, our minds can do that. So you could hypnotize yourself that in all different social circumstances there's this like fun or this ease or playfulness or inspiration that's just going to jump out of you when you click your fingers or when you see different people. And you can actually train yourself that there's awesomeness available. And I like that idea because instead of thinking of this change as like a slow process, which it will be if you practice thinking, oh, this will be a slow process, the change will be slow. It might surprise you that if you do it regularly, it's faster than you'd expect. But if you imagine, wow, I've transformed myself. Next social circumstance, I'm going to have this amazing peace and happiness. Wow, this is going to feel so good. The next time, maybe you'll still have the nervousness arise, but then perhaps you'll be able to remind yourself, and boom, hey, there I am. I'm back into this like peace and awesome feeling. But maybe you won't. But then the next time, if you're still excited about the change will win. So the more you're imagining this awesomeness, or you tune into that deep peace and you think about it like rippling through your whole self, the faster, the deeper, the more powerful the transformation can be. Hello Merc has just said, didn't know I had a YouTube. Yeah, if you go to YouTube and search for United Visionaries or for Fraser Kirkman, then you should be able to see the YouTube channel. And then he said to add validity to what I say on hypnosis, they visited doctors who actually use hypnosis and try to narrow down the things to find the source of certain ailments and whatnot. It's a bit scary to find out that it's that big and easy a process, but yeah, most people never know it exists. Yeah, actually that's something I'm very excited about. It blew me away how powerfully I could change myself, or hypnosis, or rehearsing things every day, or different ways of practicing memory, how wildly different my mind could work. I couldn't believe that I could make my memory like 50 times better by just using triggers, or that I could change a decade of nervousness into excitement in a couple of weeks just by imagining it every day and thinking about how good it would feel. And I wished everyone in the world knew that. And I guess that's my life mission, is to get everybody in the world excited about the power of our minds and excited about these techniques and practicing every day. So we have a world where everybody makes everyone feel comfortable and everybody encourages each other to be awesome. Absolutely. I love what we can do with our minds and our feelings when we guide them intentionally. All right. Oh, Fluffy Puppy just wrote great session on the YouTube chat. Once again, great to have you here in VR and on the internets. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to share from the meditation? Or perhaps you have a question, something you'd like me to talk about. How would this work in regards to some anxiety? Or how would it work in regards to some kind of situation? Or you want to try and understand more about how our mind works or how meditation works, or Vice, you got a question?
How do you think we could best apply peaceful and positive mindfulness like this to real situations where we deal with something, say, somebody is starting to, when it comes to like anxiety, somebody starts to experience like a panic attack or something like that. How would you suggest going about pulling ourselves back into the present so that we have those positive emotions so that we can beat out the negative emotions?
It's a great question. So before I jump into the panic attack, I want to say that, hey, if you practice feeling really good more of the time, then you'll be less likely to have the panic attack. So you practice feeling really calm and good with your closest friends. And then with the other friends where you normally feel all right, you practice feeling much, much better and more at ease. So the more you've practiced that, the more that's just how you are naturally. And the easier it is to remember that and tap into it whenever you need to. So I wouldn't just save this superpower for only when you need it. I would encourage you to practice yourself feeling at ease and like really good whenever you can. So that's the preface to my answer to your question. Now, to answer your actual question, what does somebody do if they're feeling real anxiety or they're starting to have a panic attack? One thing that can happen is this intense feeling and it's caught your attention. Oh, damn. Oh, what's happening? And then the person might be talking to you and then your mind's kind of getting focused and caught up in the panic. If that's not what happens for you, that's okay. We can talk about that after. But let me just go with this hypothetical. And it's kind of natural for intense things to catch our attention. So what we have to do is to have trained ourselves to catch our attention on something else. Like decide or kind of pre-train yourself. If that starts to happen, I'm breathing. I'm focusing on my breath. I'm really going to change my voice and really just... Oh, and the panic thing still happens, but I'm going to breathe. I'm just... every part of me is going to feel my toes relax. I'm going to just bring myself into the focus. Bring myself into the calm. You could even mentally rehearse the panic arises and how good it would feel if you came back into the peace and the peace won. You could also rehearse, if I'm feeling a lot of panic, I've trained myself to say, hey, can you just give me a minute? And then you just go for a minute, let things subside, do a body scan, do a relaxation, get yourself ready, and then go back in. I would hope that you focusing on your breath, imagining yourself being calm and just being able to be at ease, and that wins. I'd hope that wins and that you make that where all your focus is. But if you need to, you can also train yourself with those backup options. I used to be extremely anxious. I didn't really have panic attacks, but shyness and anxiety was kind of crippling. And when I learned about brain programming and I realized, hey, I can change things, I decided just to go all in on that and to start to just think of myself, think like fully of myself as someone who's easeful and confident, and practice that every day. So I'd hope that 2 weeks from now, you'd be trying to forget that you ever had that kind of anxiety or panic attacks. And you just filled your whole mind, your whole self, practice deep peace every day, that you just swim in it all the time. And then it just takes over. That would be my biggest thing. Is that I'd hope that you'd just create something else that's just so much bigger and better. So rather than trying to set up these backup options, I'd focus on creating like the perfect ease and the fun and the playfulness and the calm. I'd focus on that first, and we could then give you more of those backup options if you need. Do you have any follow-up questions or rebuttals or something in response to that?
No, thank you very much. It was very enlightening.
Awesome. And I hope that, I was sort of role-playing that anxiety's happening, but I come into my breath, I hope that you, it kind of trains you that if that ever does happen, you'll remember, hey, I just keep coming back to the breath. This is where I'm going to put my focus. I've got to breathe, so I'm going to make my breath great. Now, a caveat to that is you might be having a conversation with someone, and they want to talk to you, and they're expecting a response. So, what do you do there with just breathing while they're expecting a response? So then it can be really good to be able to, you've pre-trained yourself to say, hey, just give me a moment to think about it. Or just, hey, I just need to calm down for a moment. And make some space for you to be able to give yourself that. You may also want to rehearse or imagine what it would be like to focus on that inner calm. Put the anxiety aside, focus on the calm, and be able to come up with an answer to the person. So you're training your mind, rehearsing. How do I want to behave? How do I want to be? And you just imagine that 100 times of imagining it, 3 times a day. Do it for a month. And you etch it into yourself. I really I hope that this moment, this meditation was great and it's transformed you. I hope that's true. And I hope the different attitudes, you carry it with you and it's awesome. But I'm deeply encouraging all of you to also spend a few minutes enjoying the idea of peace and calm tonight before you go to sleep. And do it tomorrow. Enjoy it. Make it great. Magnify it. Feel it better. And just keep making it a part of how you think and feel every day. That's really my main thing. Is you be your daily trainer. Just like we brush our teeth every day to get rid of the plaque in our mouth. Meditate every day to clean away the anxiety. Yeah. And it was not just helpful for me, it was life-changing, perspective-changing, and I hope it's the same for you.
I had a question.
Yes, please.
Did you say that you had an increase in your memory capacity practicing meditation? And if so, what kinds of meditations could have helped with memory?
Great question. So the majority of my memory improvement was actually learning memory skills. So mnemonic systems. So how to take one idea and link it to another idea. One of the most famous practices of that is called the major mnemonic system. So you set up a bunch of spots in your memory and you can just put things into those spots. So then when you need to remember something, you like look into that spot. Or you take things you want to remember and you put them around your house. And so then you can look around your house, and in your imagination, the things you need to remember are still there. So that was the main thing that amazed me, that by thinking differently, my mind works so differently. And then practicing calm just changed who I was. So I was more making reference there, not to meditation, but different approaches to how we use our mind work so differently. In the mnemonics course that I did, the last class was also a guided meditation where there was suggestions. You've got a really vivid mind. Your memory's great. You feel good about remembering things. You have great confident recall. When you're learning, you're super engaged. And I listened to that every day for a month, and I'm sure that combined with learning these skills, that made it even better. So yeah, there are guided meditations with memory suggestions. Breathing meditations, where you learn to watch your mind or calm down the busyness of the mind. I'm sure they also help because you're able to concentrate more, and when you pay more attention to things, you'll make more memory connections. Yeah, but the thing I've seen most helpful is to learn memory skills.
One other thing I was going to say, your answer to Vice about practicing every day. My psychologist said the same thing, that like practicing mindfulness every day gets you into the habit of it. So when you're in a panic kind of situation, it really helps because you're in the habit of going to that.
So practicing mindfulness is wonderful. It's like a tool that helps with everything. Watching your mind and calming the mind. When it comes to anxiety, I would actually suggest more the kind of meditation we did today, where we really focused on feeling good, really focused on relaxing and calm. And then we actively were imagining that calm in our social circumstances. I would say that would be even more powerful for social anxiety because it was aimed for that. Ideally, I would want everyone to do breathing mindfulness meditation every day, and calming positivity every day, and memory skill training every day. If you have half an hour or an hour each day that you can split up into these different positive practices, it's life-changing and wild. If you had to pick just one, I would ask yourself, well, what's more pressing right now? If my life would be better without anxiety, I'd do these meditations of relaxing the body and feeling good everywhere. If more awareness or watching my mind would be more important, then I would focus on the breathing meditation. But realistically, 5 minutes of breathing meditation and 10 minutes of relaxation is something I think we can all fit into our day, especially if you need it, if it's something that would make a really big difference. So I hope you all do go and listen to this guided meditation again and create your own super calming, positive practices. Hiran, thanks for your questions and comments. Is there anything else you'd like to ask or share? Actually, I'd love to know, how was the meditation we did? How was it for you?
Yeah, overall very relaxing. At the beginning, when we were doing the breath thing, I had a brief image of my breath coming out and becoming wind and blowing some leaves through a natural area. I brought myself back, but and the rest of it was mostly just relaxing, but it was kind of an interesting image.
Beautiful. It's pretty wild that our imagination can just bring these nice images in. I'm assuming the leaves in the breeze was nice. It wasn't like a hurricane or a storm or something.
Oh yes, very, very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
It was peaceful, yeah.
Hello Merc mentioned trance, and it just amazes me that in meditation, these beautiful images or amazing feelings can just arise. So I'm really glad that that happened to you in the meditation. Yeah. Oh, I just noticed Hello Merc has said some more things. Do I mind if you send me private messages with questions? Too many questions to ask here. Well, please engage in these sessions as much as you can. And if you want to send me private messages, sure, 1 or 2 every now and then is good. Or I can bring those topics into these classes. And I also do private coaching if you want more, if it would be significant amount of time. Hello Merc, I hope you know how to contact me either through Discord or Twitch or the YouTube channel or Facebook. There's lots of ways you can find me. Okay, so we have about 20 minutes more discussion time, and then we're going to finish again with a closing meditation. So if anyone else has anything they'd like to share or ask from our first meditation, please. Otherwise, I will get into the next topic that I'm going to bring. Boda, I'd love to ask you if you're welcome. You don't have to. But, you walked in just as we finished the meditation. I'm so curious what it's been like for you to just have, walked in and seen this discussion. Has it been interesting, curious, helpful? Anything you thought was weird or... Yeah, love to hear your thoughts.
Actually, I personally also tend to meditate, usually to clear my head, sometimes ask for forgiveness for something that happened in the past, or just to relax my mind and body. So
Great.
none of this seems out of place from what I usually think about or try to do, despite how hard it can be with how my mind races.
Well, I'm really glad you found us, and I hope for our ending meditation that you'll grab a seat and join in. And you may remember I encouraged us after the meditation to first focus on the peaceful moments or the nice feelings, and I encourage you to do the same thing. You just mentioned how your mind races. I encourage you to remember the peaceful moments. Remember the moments that felt good. Because as that becomes more how you think about yourself, that becomes more how your mind works naturally. And that may sound like far out to some people. And I've definitely had some time in my life where something seems so troublesome or blah, and my mind keeps going to this not good feeling or this perspective that's it's a hassle. And then after a while, when I notice it, I'm like, okay, it's time to start thinking my mind does differently. And a couple of weeks in, it maybe hasn't changed much. A couple of weeks later, it's changing just a little. And then a few weeks after, I'm like, oh wow, it did change. So Boba, I encourage you to start imagining that your mind is your best friend, and it's calm and powerful and focused, and that you have this beautiful ease that you can tap into, and you make the ease bigger and better, and you make these beautiful states of mind, and they're getting better, and that's also changing how you are the rest of the time. Just let those positive thoughts and those ideas and feelings, let them just keep growing and taking over. And I'm really glad you're here. I don't know if you just stumbled in on us as you were surfing around the VR chat worlds, or if somehow you knew the session was happening, but either way.
I mainly popped in on a friend and realized what you guys were doing. And as much as I would love to stay, I will have to go soon. But I'm glad to see that there are people out there getting more people into meditating, because it can be helpful.
Yeah, like I said,
It can be helpful in both the worst cases
it changed my life so
and
much.
good cases.
I don't want it to just be helpful when you need it. I want everyone thinking about being awesome and helping each other be awesome. And I'm so glad you stumbled on us. We do this every week. I don't know where in the world you are, but for me, we started at Monday, 5 p.m. California time. So you're welcome to come join us every Monday. We also have other teachers here who do sessions at different times through the week. And we have a Discord as well, which is on the poster outside. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope there was some things said that you carry with you and keep practicing and find insightful. Bodo, if you don't have that much time, I would love to do just a quick mini meditation before you leave. How much time would you like to spend with us?
Well, in truth, I could let my friend know I'll be a little late, and then I could probably stay a bit longer.
Let's do it. So one thing that I want to reiterate is we've been enjoying the meditations. We've been sharing the nice moments that we had. And I've said, hey, keep practicing this. Or I've kind of hinted that to carry those positive perspectives with you. Or if you notice, hey, I used to think I have anxiety. As soon as you notice that, decide, hey, I'm gonna now on practice that I focus on calm. I am a person of calm. I want to reiterate that for me, it was realizing that actually works. Changing how I think, changing what I practice. Actually, it doesn't just help me, but it transforms me. And the more I internalized that, the more I thought, hey, I get to practice. I get to create who I am. The more empowering that was, the better feelings I tapped into. So, I said 3 times a day, practice that you feel peace and calm around people. I love it if you do that. And I think you'd be amazed if you actually do that 3 times a day in a month from now, how wild and how good that has made you feel and how much this transformed. But on top of that, I also am trying to light this spark inside of you that not only with feeling calm you can do that, but you can also do that with happiness, or you could do that to improve your sports skills, or to sleep better, or to laugh more, or to enjoy salads, or to think smoking is gross, or to want to exercise more, or to be more open with your mum, or like whatever you decide to reprogram, you can do it. I want to light this spark inside of you, like, hey, spending time in my imagination regularly and practicing, I can transform things. And I'm going to transform in ways that make me feel great, that make my life great, that make people around me feel great. Can I see a wave or a nod? Did I light that little spark in you a little bit from what I just said? So something that's been like part of my journey is I read The Official Guide to Success. It was a whole book of training that idea into me. And I'd had some tragedies, so I epically wanted to make the world better. So I took this on so powerfully, and it worked so powerfully. But then on my journey, I've shared it with so many people, and it helps them here, and it helps them here. And some people carry it with them, and it use it on hundreds of things. But really, you internalizing that and making it like an epic part of you, all I can do is just keep sharing it, trying to make epic moments for it, remind you of it. So I hope you right now are deciding to internalize it. Hey, I am the creator of myself. I'm going to practice beautiful things. When it comes to playing sport, when I think about how good I am, I'll practice being as good as possible. No more will I practice thinking, oh, I'm not that good or I'm average. I get to choose what to practice. I also get to choose what to practice with my feelings. I get to choose what to practice when I think about what my mind is like. I, from now on, will notice what I'm thinking, and I'll transform the things that don't help, and I'll create beautiful, awesome things. All right, so I roped Boda in by saying we're going to jump into a meditation. So thanks for sitting down. We're going to dive into a meditation, and let's do it. So I'm going to stick with our theme from today, which was about feeling good in social circumstances. So a sense of ease, a sense of peace. But also, we've all experienced different kinds of meditation. I hope the ways that I guide the meditation, there might be some ways that feel really good, or some ways of approaching it or thinking about it that are very helpful. And I hope you can also keep carrying them with you. So I invite everybody to get comfortable. Right now, I want us to pull up our shoulders, pull them up towards your ears, pull them back. Really engage the muscles at the back of your shoulders. Give them a little wiggle while they're up and back. Feel them. And then, when you let them just roll back down, just enjoy that feeling of letting them go. Take a really deep breath and feel your lungs stretching and feel your shoulders. If your eyes are open, I invite you just to close them slowly. Feel your arms dropping down just a little. Feel the muscles in your chest letting go. Feel your legs. Imagine them just letting go. Maybe you imagine the muscles just letting go. Some people get so relaxed it feels like their legs just disappear, or like they float away. And then you just notice your mind. See how my voice has slowed down and it's more relaxing tones. So take a few slow, deep breaths. And let your voice slow down. Let your thoughts become more relaxing tones. If other thoughts are racing, just let yourself really say or think some relaxing thoughts. Let the ones you're creating take over. I am relaxing. I am letting go into peace. Deep, soothing breaths. My hands, I feel them. My fingers. I let my fingers and my hands relax. let my arms and my hands and my fingers feel good. Anytime I need to, I can put my focus on my breath and imagine the breath just catching my whole attention, and a deep, relaxing voice. I just take a deep breath and think, peace. Calm. And each moment that I notice the peace or the calm, I can feel it even more. I can let go even more fully into peace, into calm. We've relaxed our hands and our arms and our mind. Now take a deep breath and feel your back relaxing. Take a deep breath and feel your legs and your feet relaxing. Feel your whole body. Your toes, your feet, your legs, your hips, your spine, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers, your neck, your face. Feel your whole body, head, arms, torso, legs. And take another deep breath. Let the whole body relax. And remember this feeling. And imagine any time you need to, you focus on your breath. You just think to yourself, relax. You remember the whole body feeling better and better and better. Now we're going to shift gears a little, and I invite you to remember when you're with your best friends or the family members that make you feel at peace and ease. Just imagine you having a talk with them on a day that you feel great, it's totally at ease, just having a good time. If you don't have anyone or you can't remember anyone where you feel totally at ease, I've been there. And so I want you to imagine what it would be like. and know that you will get there. So as you imagine a conversation, where you can just listen and enjoy. You can just say what you want and just feel good. Breathe into that. Now I want you to imagine, I want you to know that you can actually train this ease and comfort into your mind so that talking to anyone, you'd remember this feeling. But we can start by you think about your other good friends, the people you feel most at ease with, and just let them come from through your mind. Think of the different people, and each person that comes to mind, just let yourself practice perfect ease, perfect comfort. You could have practiced some assertiveness, saying whatever needs to be said in a way that feels playful or fun or loving and helpful. We'll have a little bit of time where you guide your own meditation. Go with that idea that what you practice now, you're learning, is transforming you. So let yourself imagine the feelings that are just great and beautiful, and practice them wherever you need them. Don't do it anywhere that's too hard. You don't imagine being perfectly confident in somewhere that just seems unimaginable. You can do that later. Right now, just practice the good feelings into wherever you feel ready for it. And you feel yourself creating more ease, more joy, more laughter, more openness. Imagine you're really practicing it. You're there really with them, and how good it would feel to feel really good. Maybe for some people that you care about, the first thing that comes to mind is some tensions or some disagreements. That's okay. You could either imagine what it'd be like to think about them or talk about them in a way that feels really peaceful. How good it would be if you could just move into those conversations with love and ease. Or if that feels too far out to imagine right now, just move on to just really go back into the pure ease the fun, the playfulness, the expressiveness. Sometimes something that's hard to imagine first, if you hold your attention and focus on it for a few minutes, it's amazing what your subconscious creates. So we're just going to have a few minutes for you to guide your own meditation. If you need to, you can come back to a deep, relaxing breath. Bring your focus into that beautiful feeling. Then bring your meditation into something awesome for you. And then you can just finish by imagining that each day when you meditate, you'll approach it with an open heart, an open mind. You'll guide yourself into beautiful feelings, but no expectations. If your mind's different on different days, you're just loving and kind to yourself. And also you'll give yourself time each day to practice the kind of mind that you want to have, the kind of feelings that you want to have, like training yourself. Some people like to think of painting a beautiful mural, you each day decorating your consciousness. Some people like to imagine carving an amazing sculpture. Every breath, every positive intention, it's like another chip carving this amazing sculpture of you. Some people like to imagine it's like computer programming, brain programming, training your neural nets. Change the code, change the feelings, change their behaviors. As we watch our mind, we get to see what our current programming is. As you watch more carefully, you're able to put more positivity, more strength, more energy into the positive programs. and turn off and create different programs for the ones that aren't helpful. So I really wish for you that every day you can spend some time to watch the mind, to learn to be more of the observer. And every day you spend some time to train the mind, to practice how you want to feel and how you want to be. So here in the temple we like to finish with a dedication. So I just hope you take a moment to imagine if all of these positive intentions came true quickly and powerfully, and dedicate the time that you spent. I dedicate this to this awesome version of me. And as I practice awesomeness, it flows to the people around me. As I bring ease into me, other people feel more ease. I give myself this gift. As we practice, we have these positive stories to share. It lifts up our community. I practice as a gift to myself and to others. There are beautiful feelings inside me, and I give this awesome part of me the attention that it deserves. So thank you everybody for coming. I hope to see you all this same time next week. And if you have any requests for topics or questions, please write in the chat, in the videos, or in our Discord. And may these sessions be wonderfully helpful for you and helpful